Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the big podcast of the year, the Prem Predictions podcast. We've got a new lineup here on the couch. So Flynn's obviously back to defend his crown for the third straight year.
I wasn't here to claim it.
No.
Because I missed that one.
Yeah, you missed that.
But I did defend it again.
You defended it, and easy as well.
I'm going for the three-peat.
Gone for the three-peat. And we've got our first proper football fan because he's from England. He's not Australian like us. Charlie's here as well on the couch. You'll see more of him in the future.
Yes, coming to hopefully take the crown.
And show that English know football better than the Australians.
It's not going to be good if it don't happen. If I come last,
this does happen every year though. I take 6 weeks off the Prem or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it just all leaves the brain.
You need to re-lock in.
And Fabrizio's posting 100 times a day. It's hard to keep up. Honestly, it's hard to keep up with what's going on, right?
Yeah.
So thankfully, you two are giving me a couple,
We'll drop some
confirming what's going on, just so I
nudges.
know, when I'm doing brand predictions. But I don't know. I always feel like it's ended up being okay the last couple of years, but
it's been good.
You go throughout stages of the season, and it feels like you're such a hindsight merchant. It feels like, oh, that was so obvious. Had I known that happened,
Well,
so I'm trying to cover all the bases.
It's a funny time. Let's put this out there first. Isaac's not at Liverpool yet. Eze's still at Palace. Margay still at Palace. I think they're the three. Aston Villa's really signed no one. Yeah. Let's just get out there early. Mm-hmm. That's what's happening right now in the world of football.
So I feel like the Isaac one is the most,
it's tough.
In terms of at least the top end of the ladder and the repercussions that could have.
It affects a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
It affects the top four race. It affects the title.
I have to wait and see for that one. But we'll start with our award winners. We'll go award winners early. Obviously, again, we'll review these back at the end of the season. I want to start with a breakout player. I want to get us kicked off here. This is some ball knowledge here I'm going to drop. From Everton, Tenny Barry, centre forward, 16 goals, 4 assists for Villarreal and Basel last year. I think he goes on. Everton looks serious. Grealish might be coming. Dewsbury Hall, we were talking about earlier, is there. David Moyes, new stadium. The vibes are high at Everton.
Yeah.
I think Barry smashes it proper. I think he's 6'3", 6'4", big striker. From what I've seen, good with the ball at his feet. Yeah. And this is a really road call. He's an Isaac type mould. He's quick enough. He's tall and lanky. He's got that build. And it seems like the Isaac build with Ekatike, Isaac, obviously, in the transfer news, this has gone under the radar as he is that mould of striker.
Yeah.
I think it's really underrated. He'll be the breakout player. He's 21 or 22 years old. So it's going to be exciting times at Everton. So I've gone Barry as my breakout player this season.
No, that's fair. Look, my predictions have a very common theme here. It's either Arsenal or it's
Big Six.
or it's I am the casual. We've spoken about it. It's casual on the couch, mate. Casual on the couch.
Yeah.
No, I've gone Ethan Neri. So I know he had a bit of a breakout year last year, but I feel like he just signed the new deal. I think as of this morning, I woke up and that was he signed a new 2030 extension. So I was getting a bit nervy about that. And I feel like contingent on that deal is that he's going to get more minutes this year.
For sure.
And, I'm hoping to see him play potentially more central. Mm-hmm. And potentially, I don't know, see Odegaard drop in a bit deeper and let Ranieri do what he does on the ball. And I don't know, let's see, hopefully he gets 1,500, sort of 2,000 minutes.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see... Yeah, potentially young player of the year, but if not, just sort of see him build on last year and have more Premier League influence and do his thing. I'm keen to see him.
You'll be competing on full front for the Cups,
Do you have him in the 10 or on the right?
I would like to see him play in the 10.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to see him and Saka on the pitch at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love Odegaard, but I feel like we could probably use a more direct player at the 10 at times and switch that up a little bit. And I think he offers something different to what Martin does at the 10. So
crunch time for Martin Odegaard, I feel like.
Yeah.
If anyone right now in that team is not pulling their weight.
Look, Arsenal fans love to I don't know, they flop around with Odegaard so much. 2 years ago, they frothed him.
Yeah.
And I probably sat on this couch saying, I like him, but to be honest, I want to see more.
Yeah.
And then last year, probably it swung the other way. And they're like, you got people saying he should leave and all this stuff. And I was probably sitting on this couch actually trying to defend him a little bit because I feel like it's always, people are really harsh on him or they're really extreme when with an opinion on Martin, right? So I think he still does his job but I think output's always been the thing for him. Can we get just fractionally more output?
Yeah.
And often it's that extra touch. He just takes the extra touch and I feel like it can be really annoying to watch as to why people hated him so much. So if you can just get that shot off a few more times, and he's been doing it in the preseason. So I think it is a bit of a big year for him.
Yeah.
And he'll need to perform for us to have a chance of winning the league.
Yeah.
Like 100%. We need 100% more output from him if we're going to win the league. But it's an interesting watch.
Ranieri.
Going with staying in London. Going to Crystal Palace.
Yep.
Gonna go with Ismaila Sarr.
Yeah.
I saw last year. I was reading the stats, and second half of the season, torn it up.
Crazy.
He was in that FA Cup semi-final as well.
Yeah.
Against Villa, the 2 goals and the assist, and because he didn't play much in the first half of the season, but the second half he did, and but I think it went under the radar with Eze and them winning the cup and that. But I think this season he overlooks like Eze. I think he will be Palace's main man this year, and I just think, I think.
Well, Ismaila Sarr literally did burst onto the scene, sort of like 4 or 5 years ago now. I reckon.
Yeah, we went
at
Watford.
Watford.
Yeah.
And
it's 4 years back. Yeah.
Around COVID, I reckon maybe I don't know if it was pre-COVID, post-COVID, but and then he disappeared. They got relegated, and he never got the move.
Did he go to Marseille?
He ended up at Marseille last 2 seasons ago. Yeah. Great season, Palace. Yeah. But they played Kamada there at the start of the year.
That was is that why he didn't play?
His guy.
I wondered why, but I think it went under the radar a bit at the end of last year.
Yeah.
I just think this year, I think he'll be their best player. I think he'll be better than Eze. I think he'll be that guy for Palace.
Better than Eddie Nketiah? Not sure. Not sure.
The original breakout superstar. All right, from the highs to the, I guess, somewhat lows, and I've gone with, this is our first manager to be sacked, negative, but it's the Premier League. There's always managers to manage a merry-go-round every single season. I've gone pretty bold with this. I've stood by this call now probably for the last 5-6 months. Graham Potter. I've gone for the first sacked. West Ham fans, owners, there's so much expectation, and it sort of feels like what Newcastle are trying to believe right now. They think they're a big, West Ham, obviously they are a big club, but they think they're, much bigger than what they actually sit in this, modern footballing economy. And I think they expect to get rid of Moyes, the way they got rid of Moyes. I think I was pretty furious with that. You can't get rid of Moyes. The job he did at that football club.
Just won a European trophy.
Yeah, they won a European trophy. Yeah. And they had an off year, I get that. But last year was no better. Lopetegui, awful. Potter, no better. No better at all. And I think his managerial career could be here on the line. Brighton have superseded what he did. So was he actually underperforming with that Brighton side?
Yeah, that's a great point.
He had Cucurella, he had Caicedo, he had Basuma, he had all these players.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Mate, he had them all.
McAllister, they didn't actually go to the heights that they did with the De Zerbi and now under Fabian Hertzler. And then, what happened at Chelsea was awful. But we thought, or maybe because Poch did it as bad, maybe that's their level. But then Maresca's gone and won the Club World Cup. They're world champions. And now you come to this season with West Ham. Yes, they've made many signings, but you've got Bowen, you've got the full cook coming back for a second season. Thomas Souček refound himself. You've got to deliver, I think, early on. If not, I think he goes. Yep. So that's my bold shout.
Yeah, no, my first manager to be sacked is, and I don't know if it'll be first, but I'm very confident it will happen this season. Okay. I've got Eddie Howe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
I just think Newcastle last year were I know they finished they finished off well, but I think the problem is that the Newcastle ownership, I feel, is going to want to continue to see progression, right? Or at least you got to stay where you are.
Yeah.
And I think especially if they lose Isak, I don't think the ownership will care.
Yeah,
is the reality. They'll want the performance. And I remember last year, it was honestly, I feel like it got so close at one point. The pressure was really building on Eddie Howe. And I just think that it's going to be, I think the top end is more competitive this year. There's a lot of guys who fell off last year who will be back. United will be back. Spurs will be more competitive. And they're going to have European football now as well. So it's I just feel like there's a lot more going against Newcastle this year, whereas where they had a lot circumstantially last year to allow them to sort of continue to progress. So I think they'll definitely regress. Yeah. And as a result, I think Eddie will. I think his time might have come.
I've been doing Eddie.
That's a good point. That is good, especially with them losing Isak as well. I think because I think the big point for them, I think if they don't qualify to the round of 16 Champions League as well,
big trouble.
I think.
Yeah. Trouble. Yeah. I'll give you that. Even if he's sacked at some point in the season, I'll give you that. That's a really rogue shout.
Yeah, no, I think it will happen at some point.
Yeah.
Because it's I just feel like there's an expectation now that Newcastle need to perform, right? And But it's just so competitive. Like at the top,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about like the ladder predictors.
The top 9 now. It's
Yeah,
not the
mate,
big six
and
anymore.
they've rinsed the bottom half.
Yeah.
And now it's super competitive at the top.
Yeah.
So it's hard to see
I like
when
it.
they haven't really made many reinforcements, and they're probably going to lose by far their best player. So
Yeah. Okay, I like it.
Oh, so I've gone a bit more simple. I've gone with Leeds manager Daniel Farke.
yeah.
I just don't think he's ever done well in the Premier League,
Yeah.
and I just don't think Leeds have done enough this summer to. And I don't think that's on him. I think that's the ownership, because I think he's even come out a few times and said we need more players. They lost Solomon, they haven't replaced him, and I just think it just won't end well. And I just think I think they'll be rock bottom. I think
Yeah.
I think
No, that's a great shout.
I just can't. Yeah, I think he'll go first. It's probably the safest option, but I think
Yeah.
it'll happen due to his past experience in the Premier League as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Just can't see him doing too well, really.
That's a great shout.
And he's Pookie to keep him up. That's what's
literally.
happened at Norwich. He had Pookie to back him in, but yeah, that's
I
fair.
don't see a lot of Premiership quality in that team.
Yeah,
I think the only one I see is probably Ganato, but yeah.
I was saying that in my other video I made about like the most important player for each side. He's 21, so when he arrived in the Prem, he would mean 18, 19. Like he showed glimpses, but I looked at his stats in the Championship last year. It wasn't like earth-shattering like Ismail Assar was producing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pressure on him to deliver for them, because otherwise they've got no like Patrick Bamford and like
I think they've got
Metcher up top.
Hero up top.
Hero up top,
I know
yeah.
he did well in the Championship, but it's like it's a different ball game.
Yeah, it is.
The Premier
class.
League defenders, all of that.
Yeah.
Like it's just, and I just think they'll struggle. I look at Sunderland. I look at who's the other team, Burnley. They've made signings. You've got to.
Yeah.
Well, we've seen before. You can make plenty of signings to still go down, obviously, but you've got to do something.
Yeah.
And they've done nothing.
Yeah, I feel that. All right, back on the positives. Start with the Golden Glove. I think sort of speaks for itself. I've gone David Raya. I feel like it can't be really anyone else.
I've also gone David Raya.
Me too.
Yeah. I feel like you have to put.
I didn't want to do Arsenal bias. Like another Arsenal, because a lot of my Arsenal fans is Arsenal. But it's like,
this is like the banker.
yeah.
Because Alisson normally competes, but they've got a back two.
Yeah.
They haven't got really the fullbacks or wingbacks.
Yeah.
It's going to be.
Like in City, like who's going to be like their number one? You know,
I hope it's Trafford, but again, you don't know.
Well, it probably will be Trafford. But in terms of like, I think the lock on Raya is he's going to play every game.
Yep.
Right, for sure. And yeah, like we are obviously
The best
defensively very sound. Gabriel's not going to be there for the start of the season, but we are defensively very sound. I think he's one of the last 2 years now, even despite like Rambo being there for the first couple of games of the previous year. And and we lost Gabriel back in the last year. He still won it. So yeah, like I think as much as you want to try and mix this up, I think the reality is right. It's going to be probably pretty uncompetitive towards the back end of the year. The Golden Glove. I could see him putting a gap on the other ones.
I think the only other show I'd probably say is probably Sales from Forest, because they haven't changed their defence much as well. They haven't really lost anyone.
Yeah.
But I just think, like you said, I think Raya, the top end teams, he's the one.
Yeah. For sure.
No Jordan Pickford heroics this year to
No,
make a late push for the the Golden Glove.
He is serially underrated.
He's always top 3 in these Golden Gloves.
Serially underrated.
It's crazy.
But it is very hard to predict him to win it. Like it's incredibly
Especially
hard.
versus an Arsenal backline that consists of Gabriel Saliba and Lewis Skelly, Calafiori, Ben
Yeah,
White.
it's more so just like the depth of defence. Like
the backline is incredible.
It's quality.
Yeah.
Even like the back four,
No, seriously, the back four, like
even
that's
the
a great
new
point.
signing you've made,
Mascara.
Mascara, like he's quality.
He's a hell of a player as well.
The reason why
Mate, our back four would be like Calafiori, Jakob Kiwior, Mascara, and then on the right would be like Ben White. Like, mate, I mean,
I'll take that back for United.
No, like that is honestly a great point. Like Ben White and Calafiori would
start for basically every single club. Yeah.
I mean, obviously profile, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Slam dunk there. Golden Boot. This is the one time I'm going to take a bit of like foresight. I've gone with Isaac, and I'm putting it down to he's left Newcastle before there's too many games being played. I reckon he leaves maybe 1-2 games into the season, so he can join Liverpool and not miss too many games. And then once he's there,
if he's there, I think
I think that's interesting. I would have said if he goes to Liverpool, I see the minutes risk, like the lack of minutes. He'll obviously start, right? He'll be there. He'll be the number one, everything. But like Ekatike will play.
I think he plays on the left. Like,
I don't know. I just think that like
I think Gakpo.
Like they got Gakpo there who's going to play under Arne Slot for sure, right? I just think that the minutes he will have less cumulative minutes over the season, and I get in a more potent team, but
I'm just going on the pure fact that Florian Wirtz for me, and I've said this now, 24 months probably going on now, the best. I have him over Musiala in terms of the number 10 in behind. Best creator in world football.
What happens with Salah? Like Salah's their output guy, so
it's going to become a little bit more shared. But we're talking about like Salah, who's short. Like I keep saying this, but surely he's on the decline at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
The keys are given to Isaac. He is the man on the middle. Wirtz the one in behind him. They'll become more centrally focused as well with how narrow they're going to be at the top. They're going to end up playing, I reckon, 3 like strikers almost with Ekitike, Isaac, and Salah all like there at the top. Yeah. I think it'd be so centrally focused. He knows how to get the tap-ins. He knows where to be inside the box, but he can score a belter as well. Yeah. I just think too many avenues to goal. Haaland will go close, but I'm not sure about City at the start of their season. They'll take a while to get warm, so on his.
Well, I went the man you mentioned. I went Haaland.
Yeah.
Like purely because I just think that he's obviously dominated the last 2 years, and then more so like the fact that it felt like he had such an off year last year.
Yeah.
And still won by
like 20 goals plus.
Yeah. How many goals he had? 26, 25?
I think he got more than that.
Was it more than that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, well,
he got more than 20, and I think that just says enough.
Yeah, well, I think it's the fact that, you know,
let me have a quick check.
Like, he had a poor year last year, and still goes on to produce the numbers he did. And they can only get better, exactly. Yeah, so you know, I just think, regardless of whether they're they're bangers or not, or they're actually leading to getting more points or anything like that, I think he'll just accumulate goals, right?
22 goals from 22 XG. Like, he nailed it.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
Maybe in all comps might have 30 or something, but 22. It's still 22 though.
Yeah, but and he played less minutes.
In a bad season as well.
Yeah, in a bad season. So
in City's worst year.
I think, and I still think like Haaland is capable of, or will at some point produce like a 40 goal, like 50 goal season. Like honestly, whether it's this year or not, I think he'll build to that, and I think City will return to like being much more competitive at the top end and be there around the final day. So, I think he'll be pivotal to that. At least he'll be scoring hat tricks. He'll bat to the bottom teams for sure.
Yeah,
like whether he does it against the top guys, that's always probably the worry with Haaland. Like you can control him if you got the physicality and everything like that. But he is just too good for the bottom guys and puts them away.
Yeah,
I've gone with the same. I've gone with Haaland as well. I think my honourable mention would have been Ollie Watkins.
Yeah, I
think his season last year went under the radar a bit.
Yeah.
I think he still might have been 15 plus all comps.
Copped a lot of criticism last year.
Yeah, definitely. And he still had a good season. Yeah. But I think now with him being the only striker, with Duran gone, because he left in January, didn't he? Yeah. I think he'll be back to scoring a lot of goals. But same as Haaland, same reasons as you. Yeah. We've got not much more else to say, really.
No, valid.
Yeah, he had 16 goals and 8 assists last year.
8 assists as well, there you go. And he'll be on penalties as well, because he rotated. He was out for a bit, and Tielemans took a lot, but I think he'll be up there.
He'll be close. You're running close, yeah. All right, we've done Golden Boot, we've done Golden Glove. We've gone to signings now. We'll start with the flop signing. I don't know if this counts as a flop. I'm just thinking he's being overhyped, this signing. I've gone Simon Adingra to Sunderland. 25 million. Everyone's saying that he could be the guy to keep them safe. He's such a great talent. I don't think he's all that. I've gone for a very safe one. There's no groundbreaking transfer, but I've seen a lot of stuff on social media. People saying this is a game-changing signing for Sunderland. So underrated. I think he is what he is. A handy, speedy winger. Yeah. I don't think he's all that. Again, it's no big money signing. I could go with a big name, but I just want to be. I'll be honest, I don't think he's going to be all that for Sunderland. Yeah. Granit Xhaka, Magui could be better for them, I think, this season. So
I think Granit Xhaka was a good pick.
I think that's a quality signing. Yeah. Quality signing. I just think for them it's up top.
Yeah.
I feel like they just needed a proven, experienced goal scorer. Mm-hmm. I would have gone with Callum Wilson, but
he was available.
But then can you even get in the park?
Or DCL.
DCL's available.
Can he get in the park?
That's true. Yeah,
there's a reason why they're free agents, aren't they?
But to make up for your lack of big names.
Yeah,
I've actually got
drop
like
a big
two
one.
here.
Okay,
I had to mention both. So like, I've gone Sesko.
Yeah, obvious reasons. I can imagine that. Yeah.
Like purely hate watch. This is like the biggest hate watch of all time, mate. Like 007 is getting a run here.
Yeah,
but honestly, because I think Sesko will be a player at some, like, will be a top end elite striker at some point in his career, and I think he is close. But from everything I've seen of him, he still does just look that raw, like very talented, very athletic player. But he's one of those guys where I feel like he could go on droughts throughout the season if it's not really all clicking. And yeah, I just feel like the price tag associated with all the pressure that's going to be on him, whether he actually flops or not, it's going to be so hard for him to beat the allegations, to beat the flop allegations, right? Because it's going to be so, like, the hate watch is going to be crazy from the from all social media and everything, right? Yeah. So, and then sort of similarly, I feel like I have to mention this. I feel like Madueke, mate, I feel like we spent what? Like 50, 60 mil on him or whatever.
I think just the expectations were so low.
Do you reckon?
I reckon. Oh, my expectations.
I reckon it's going to be a hate watch there as well. So it's going to be like Madueke. I feel like he's going to struggle to beat the allegations because he's going to struggle to get in the park half the time, right? Like I don't know how much he's going to play.
Do you reckon he's behind Saka or he's on the left?
Well, he's definitely behind Saka. Yeah, you reckon? And then I think it's more so he's on the left. So
yeah, he's no good.
So that is interesting. I don't know why we signed him. I get it, it's for depth and everything, but I don't know. It wouldn't have been my sort of first choice to spend the money. So yeah, I feel like this signing could go. As you said, the expectation for you might be low, but I feel like across the board,
it's Arsenal player, so it's going to be
like there's going to be serious hate watch here, and I'm a little bit nervy for Madueke.
Can I say quickly? And I'm not going to sound too fair. I'm going to be blunt. I've never really rated Sesko. I've got to be honest. I've never.
Yeah, true.
Did I tell you? I don't think I would have spent 60 million. I wouldn't spend anywhere near that.
But is it because of the lack of strikers available? Who sort of
this is what Nathan said multiple weeks. And they said the transfer market for strikers is a 20 million euro plus. Just it's an add-on without even saying anything. But like, I don't think this guy can work on his own. I think his best work's come when he's worked with Openda. And the goals you see, it looks good for a highlights reel, but it's the in and around the box stuff. I don't think he hasn't got that.
He's an amazing highlights reel player. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. So I think he will do that again. Yeah. He will score some thunderbolt. Yeah, and he'll score some really athletic goals and stuff. Yeah. and get a lot of highlights. But I also worry that he's going to be like, I don't know what his XG numbers are, but I worry he's the type of player who misses sitters. Like I worry he's like very similar to Darwin, right? You know. Darwin scored a lot of bangers, right? He's really athletic and he was a really raw talent who came to the league, but he never really progressed. Yeah. Yeah, and it's not too late for him. Like he is still relatively young and he's still going into his prime, but Sesko might be that same guy. And I just worry this year, like how much that improvement will come over years, right? Not necessarily over weeks.
And he's supposed to be the guy now.
Yeah.
Like the prime example, I think everyone would have seen it by now, that Trivella goal he scored against Bayern.
Yeah.
Remember watching that game. Maybe it was a symbol of Leipzig's season, but he was unbelievable for the first half an hour. Yeah. Ghosted for another 60 minutes. Yeah. I'm really worried about so it's a fair shout.
And it's just United.
Yeah. United weight.
No, but you guys serially do this though.
Yeah. Hoyland's the exact same player, by the way. Like the exact same thing. Hoyland. 21, both. I think he was 20.
Mate, their numbers are almost identical.
That's what I'm saying. The exact same player.
Yeah, I saw that.
Let me tell you something. I had Hoyland as my breakthrough player.
Wow.
But then you signed Sesko. I thought this is moving on to my flop. I had him scoring more than Gyökeres.
Gyökeres is the flop.
If they didn't sign Sesko, Gyökeres. I think
this is the one I reckon most under pressure.
The reason why, because I think it's good striker. He'll get you goals. But I don't think he's going to get more than 15. But I was looking, I think he scored, I've got it here, I looked, I think he scored 11 of his 30-odd goals against the bottom 6 in the Portuguese league last season.
Yeah.
12 penalties.
Which...
And I think that comes into play, and I don't know, man, I just think at Arsenal, I think he'll score, but I think you've got that pressure as well of like... You've always just needed that 9 to finish the job.
I was about to say.
But I just think now it's too late. I think now everybody else has improved. Like Liverpool got strikers. I think City have got even a bit better now. Like I just think you needed him probably a year or two ago. But someone else. I don't really rate Gyökeres. I just think he's
once again like one of the strikers. Like because he's a ready-made striker, he is 70 mil or whatever, right? And probably the thing is he probably should have been more, but they had agreed upon for him to. So it's like. Yeah, I totally agree though on the back that we've been crying out for a 9 for so long.
I just think it's too late.
We finally get one. It's like the pressure on this guy is going to be huge.
Oh, for sure.
But I think the redeeming factor for him is that he will score goals purely because he's going to be on pens, right? And
he will be.
He will 100% be on pens, and he might get 10 of those this year. So he'll get 10 from that, and he's going to play essentially 90 minutes every week. Like he's going to be on the park, and I just think he might not live up to the expectation of what what you
needed. What you
needed. But I think it'd be hard to call him a flop because I think purely on a numbers basis, I think he'll get at least 20 goals. And as a result, if he gets 22, 23 goals, it's probably hard to call him a flop because I don't know. I just think a numbers an output thing, 22, 23 goals is like going to be hard to like discredit, right?
Yeah, for sure. No, if he gets that many, then yeah.
Yeah, I still think he can be like a bit of a underperform and get 22 goals because we've been crying out for someone to sort of make goals out of nothing is sort of the thing, right?
Yeah.
We have so much time on the edge of the box, and then like all of it, for some reason our fan base thinks, oh, if we had a striker that you just whip it in, he's going to put it in the net. It's like, well, no, that's not actually how it works. So I don't know. I think I'm very keen to watch him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I do agree. There's a lot of pressure on that position.
Yeah, I think that's just what it is. I just think it's mainly the pressure. I just think because Arsenal have been crying out so long for that number 9, and I just think I just don't think he's the right guy. Like I would have gone with then again. We spoke about it earlier about the Isak situation. They've only just come available now, in a sense.
No, Isak would have been the one.
I think if you would have got Isak, I feel like he would be the one where you'd win the league.
You save a Madueke. You don't buy Madueke.
The money's there.
And you add it to Gyökeres and spend a little bit more, and you get Isak. And 100% agree. I think that would have been.
I just don't know. I think that's probably me hate watching as well. Spurs fan, hoping he doesn't do well. Listen, he's not a bad striker. He's a good striker. We've seen it. He did well in the Champions League too. I just think overall, against top defenders as well, like back to the stat of the bottom 6 in the Portuguese league, I think when you come up against your Van Dijk, Shaqiri, I think he will struggle a lot more. Yeah. But we'll see.
That's my, to finalise it off, that's my big thing with him. I think he'll be really, really good against those bottom teams, and I think that's important for Arsenal because Arsenal have had times in the last 2 years where like Luton away, Bournemouth at home, I think of these like last minute winners. A guy like Gyökeres there, you win that game in 60 minutes. The problem being though, against like when United sit back as a back 5 because we don't want to lose the game, when Spurs go 4-4, 2 banks of 4, does he have that ability to break that game apart?
Yeah, of course,
and look, the Champions League, we've seen more at City, fantastic that game, but that's always for a striker in the Premier League. That's that final tick of approval. And that's why Isak is regarded now as number 1, or for me, regarded number 1, because any game, any team, he will give you goals.
He's one of them players as well where I feel like he can. I know strikers are different and they play differently, but I think with Isak, it's like you put him up against a Van Dijk or something, and I actually think he has a chance.
Yeah,
Isak is that guy though. He is unbelievable.
Yeah, I think him best striker in the league.
Yeah,
above Haaland, I think.
I mean, different striker to Haaland,
but it's because Haaland does it for me. Like against United, I know I'm fearful of him, but I'm more fearful of Bernardo Silva popping up because the way we defend him, Kevin De Bruyne, whereas you go into small teams, he's in a batter 6, but against those big teams, he sometimes just go missing. Yeah, it's about if Gyökeres can do a bit of both. I think that's the big thing. Yeah, all right, from worst or flop signing to best signing. We mentioned City a lot, and I've gone with Tijani Reinders. I think this is an unbelievable get. I think it's around 60 million for him. I've got written here the yin to the Rodri Yang, sort of like they work, part and parcel. It was fantastic for Milan last in the Champions League, tore it up versus Real Madrid in that midfield. I think he's perfect for them. It means that Nico Gonzalez disappears, but with Rodri and Tijani Reinders in midfield, it's probably the best combination in front of the back line in the Prem. Definitely. You got ball carrying ability. You've got good in tight space. They can both pass out of pressure. Ryan just shined at the Euros last season. I think he's a hell of a signing, and for relatively cheap. Milan obviously had a tough year, 9th last year. He stood out. They have to sell a player like that because he needs Champions League footy. I think this is a great get, and it won't show until we get to that match week 25 if City is still in a title race, because he can help Rodri out in midfield. I think that'll be so underrated this year.
I said Gyökeres. So I can see a world.
Spurs Arsenal
I can see a world where what you're saying does happen, but I don't believe that's what will happen. I think the presence of a striker in our team will draw the defense away from where putting so much pressure on Saka and the wingers and everything to allow them to have a little bit more free room and probably give Odegaard more time on the ball and all those sort of things, right? So I just think having a prolific striker in the team, or the thought of a prolific striker in the team, will overall benefit our team so much that whether Gyökeres does score 30 goals or not, right? And I love that the agenda with strikers has changed a lot in the last couple of years as well. Like 30 goals is now like,
have to do it.
That's the number to be successful, right? Whereas it used to be 20 plus, right?
20
like you get 20 plus, that's golden boot most years. So I think he himself will have a successful year, but I also just think in hindsight, when we look at the season in retrospect and where it's going to let the Gunners finish, where we're going to finish as a result of this, I think it'll be the signing of the season in hindsight.
Yeah.
Look, poor Havertz might not touch grass anymore or something like that.
He's Jack though. That's
I'm worried about him. He's the one in all this. If we're going to play Nwaneri more, the name's a bit of a butcher, but
where does he fit?
Well, that's the issue, right? Like Nwaneri might play on the right, and then Havertz gets some time through the middle, sort of in like a 2. But I don't know. I worry about Havertz. I worry about Kai.
I'm not sure how he gets
I'm not sure how he gets in the grass, But maybe we're trying to win the quadruple.
Yeah,
so
we should be.
And he'll be our FA Cup striker.
Yeah. That guy. Your best signing?
Gone for Chelsea's new number 9, João Pedro. I think it's just something they've needed. They've just been missing, and I think it's a good time for them.
João Pedro is the solution?
I think he gets the goals. I just think they need a goal scorer.
He's looked good in pre-season.
Yeah, and I just think I really liked him for Brighton, even when he used to come off the left and stuff. I just think he gets goals. I think he's a 20 plus a season. This season, I think. The only thing is the minute watch, because obviously with Delap, I don't think he's going to be completing 90 minutes.
Yeah.
But I just think we'll see the massive difference in Chelsea. I think Chelsea will have a really good season.
I agree.
Champions League and Premier League, I think they will be up there. And then I think he will be a big part to it. And I think it takes a bit of pressure off Palmer having that. And I think it will allow him to thrive a bit more as well. I'll go on Pedro. I think he's the answer. I think so.
I'm not convinced on João Pedro.
Aren't you?
No.
I wasn't until I saw what they did to the semi-finals and the final of the Club World Cup. That was different. That was football. Like, that was awesome to watch.
Mate, he'd love playing
I don't think anyone cares for the Club World Cup though. I don't know.
But like the run-in wasn't that great, but semi-final and final, like, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah. No,
and
the
fluidity in their front line now. Like, fluidity can go 2 ways. It can be just chaos, or it can be just like beautiful to watch. The way that Enzo can just drift out left sometimes, allow Palmer inside. They've got Caicedo and Reece James midfield, so all the attackers can just go. Like, it's free reign. And then you got Gittins, you've got Neto, Pedro. I think it's all going to work as some like orchestra almost. It's going to work together.
Make it work.
And I think Palmer and Pedro as 2 floaters in front of that back 4. It's just too dangerous.
My worry with João Pedro is I've just never seen him as like a 90 minutes week in, week out player.
That's his only problem.
Is that not just Danny Welbeck's problem though? Because Danny Welbeck's that good of a striker that you have to play Danny Welbeck.
No, I just don't think I think he can go missing. Like, that's the player he is. I think he can go missing, and once again, like, he's one of those guys. I know he's still very young, but he's been actually around for a while. So he was also at Watford, I believe.
Yeah, he was Watford.
Years back, and then he went to Brighton, obviously, and look, like, he has been good, but I think the price tag is reflective of where he's at. Like, I think that's sort of probably the top end of what you pay for him, right? 60 mil. And no, I think he will have great moments and he'll have great games. Like he'll put 2 or 3 past, and you'll think, yeah, for sure. But then when he goes missing, I think that there'll be the same story about like crying out for like a prolific, like permanent number 9 sort of thing. And maybe that's like where Delap comes in.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like, when he's not there, you bring Delap on and it gives you that different makeup. Or maybe, as you said, João Pedro just won't start every game and they will play Delap. Maybe that's the way it'll work. And that could work, but I worry with João Pedro as in I feel like he just has the potential to go missing. But we'll see.
Classic
strikers. A bit reckless as well of a player.
Well,
can rack up a suspension. And
definitely. No,
and obviously that plays a part.
Yeah, like we'll lose his head. Like it'll be stupid. Yeah, for sure.
I just think that's just something that comes with age, and I think being under such a, no disrespect to Brighton, but bigger team now, and I think more leaders around him. I think he'll.
And Maresca's got like a lot of presence as well.
Yeah, of course. So. We've seen that. Yeah, and I think. Yeah, I can just see him doing really well. I think he'll thrive. I liked him at Brighton. I really did. I like him as a striker, and obviously being able to play on that wing as well just offers that versatility. And I think, I reckon 20 plus goals and assists, Premier League. He'll have a great season. And I think with the price tag as well, I think that's just kind of normal now. Just like that 50 million
it's
is like
he's like
the 20 million it was.
Yeah.
It's like back to you, bet
Madueke. So you reckon 20 plus goals and assists is a like great season, a good season? Like what do you think?
Good season.
Yeah, I would say good season.
Good. I would say great.
Yeah, I'd say 25, probably 25 plus.
Is when
you get into great.
It's probably like, great season. And obviously it depends on how many wins and stuff they get. But I would say 20 plus goals and assists for João Pedro is probably like a part, more than a pass mark, but it's in like a pass good mark. And then
you look at your B plus, A minus, but then if you go with your 25,
it's been a good sign.
I
just think that 20 plus makes the difference for Chelsea. I think that's why I think I've gone for him, just because he makes the difference.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely see that. He gets output. He's one of those guys. He does get output.
For sure.
Yeah, I think if Chelsea go well this year, they score a shit ton of goals.
That attack is lethal.
Yeah.
And I think that new lad, the Brazilian lad, I think he'll do well as well. I know it's hard because he's raw, but I think when he comes in, he'll do well. I think their attack is just scary, man. It's scary.
What's great, you handball me perfectly because my young player of the year, for a second time, I think, man, will be Cole Palmer. He's 23 come the start of the season, so he just qualifies.
I thought you could only win it once.
I checked. It said you can win it multiple times.
Are you sure?
On Google's dinged this for me. Have I gone earlier? I asked Google.
I think you're right. I thought when Delhi played, I'm pretty sure he.
I thought you could only
win it once. I've had a mare here. When I asked Google AI, it was like, you can win it. You can win it multiple times.
AI, man.
I didn't even check the pre. I just asked Google AI.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, continue talking.
Yeah, I beg. Just fact check me while I'm doing this. 15 goals, 11 assists last season. 3 goals, 2 assists in the Club World Cup after 6 games. He has like 60 goal contributions.
No limit there, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, so he can win it.
Wait, Phil Foden won it 3 years in a row, apparently.
There we go.
Yeah,
he didn't. Did he?
I thought he won it 2 times. I didn't know he won it 3 times.
Yeah, it was 3, yeah. I thought he won
it
2.
I think it's a perfect case because what you said. I'm so glad you put João Pedro because it just leads on perfectly.
That's crazy. I would have probably changed. I might change my mind.
Because Chelsea this season are going to be one hell of a team. Like, really, really good to watch. Probably the I feel like for me it was like when Arsenal started to get good. I used to really enjoy watching Arsenal play because it was freedom.
Yeah,
it was attacking.
Hate to say
it wasn't so. I used to watch you guys week in week out. 2 years ago, I used to love watching Arsenal play because it was freedom. It was flowing. It was Saka. It was just goals in that final.
Yeah,
Odegaard was freedom.
Better watch than our kind of.
Yeah, but it happens though. You have this sort of like the next step era, and I think that's what Chelsea are in. They're in that like we're about a year or so away from maturing and becoming that great side. Sure. But like you said, they're gonna be the great entertainers in the Champions League, Premier League, could win a Carabao Cup.
Do you reckon this is like that? You reckon that's where they are in their
this is like that. Yeah, that Arsenal from 2 or 3 seasons ago now, where it's really entertaining to watch. I reckon I don't want to give it away too early, but top 4 finish for them.
Yeah.
They'll be a really, really good team. I think Cole Palmer and João Pedro, I think it's just going to be too hard to stop this season.
I think, like I said, he takes the pressure off Palmer's shoulders a bit, and I think that will allow him to be even better than last year.
I think back to 30 goal contributions again this season in that 2010.
Yeah, no, I mean, on the basis that you can win it more than once, which I for some reason didn't.
I'm sure I checked.
No, because you are correct.
Yeah.
Then I'm actually going to Cole Palmer.
Yeah, Cole Palmer.
Because I was going to go Flynn and Charley, but I just think that like Palmer is like so influential in that team, and he's so guaranteed to get numbers that like, it's just going to be hard for him to, as long as Chelsea have a decent season, which is, I mean, no, they probably need to have a good season. Like, I agree. I think they're pushing for top 4. Then, yeah, I think Cole Palmer's going to be instrumental into that. And as a result, will be a great chance for Young Player of the Year. Yeah. If not, like, Player of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I've gone to be Florian Wirtz. It was close between them two. Yeah. But I just think I think Salah's going to slowly decline. I still think he'll have a great season. But I think he will be their standout player that will get them over the line. And I just think every time I've watched him in the Euros, watched him a few times at Leverkusen, I just think he's just different gravy. Yeah. He's so good, man. And I think I don't think the price tag is one of them. I don't think he's one of them players that will feel the pressure. I think it won't bother him. I think he'll thrive. He'll thrive under that pressure. And I think being in a team like that anyway, where the attack is so just, they're used to playing together.
You're like bound to get involved.
Yeah, it's easy for him in a way, you know, like it's easy. So I think he's my Young Player of the Year. I think he'll do great.
Man, if they get Isaac, that is such a
scary, man. It's so scary. Champions League and Premier League is looking scary.
Well, you can compete in every single cup because you've got like 3 forwards for every single position. They're so
That's a quadruple team right there.
You'd expect it, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
that team.
Yeah, honestly, if they were to get Isaac, and then you just like, and then even though we signed 2 players, like that was the thing last year. Is you compare our front 3 to like Liverpool's front 3, and it's like taking the piss, you know. And then it'll still be taking the piss, even though we've signed Gyökeres and Madueke. It's like, well,
it's to a next level now,
mate. There's just there's still so much better than ours. Yeah, like, oh my god, man.
Well, Barca or Liverpool for front 3, who would you take?
With Isaac?
With Isaac.
Oh, 100% taking Liverpool, man.
Yeah.
Like, well, front 4. Like,
with Wirtz.
Wirtz at like the 10. You know,
even front 3, I think I'd still take. See, Barca got Yamal.
I think I would take Barca's front 3.
Because you got Rafinha on the left, Yamal
I forgot about Rafinha.
I think I'd take Barca's like front 3, but then if it's like a front 4, then I'm taking.
But if you went a 4, you can be cheeky and put Pedro in the left and Rafinha in the 10.
Yeah, but I'm still putting in. I'm taking Wirtz. I'm taking Wirtz.
What's the front 3 for Liverpool? You reckon it's if they get Isaac? Do you reckon it's Ekitike, Isaac, Salah, or Gakpo?
I think
I'm going Gakpo.
Gakpo, Isaac.
I feel for Ekitike, this could just end disastrously.
Yeah,
because he is. I think Liverpool's a really, really big move, but I was thinking more like PSG sort of region, go back to PSG and finish what you started in a weaker league and then sort of learn the Champions League ropes. Whereas if he gets thrown in here, you're either going to be the number 1 striker if he doesn't sign, or you're going to be forced out to the left. And for his career, the way he was going last season, it was unstoppable. He
played against us a few times, and he was in the Europa League. He was quality, and I just think he should have gone to Newcastle. I think if they're going to sell Isaac, I think he's the perfect replacement.
Man, the Isaac thing is thrown like a spanner in the works for like all the clubs. It's mental.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The only thing I can say is he worked really well with Marmoush last season, Ekitike, before Marmoush left. So there's hope there that he can play. The only problem, I say it with City a lot, you can play Marmoush as inside forward, Haaland down the middle, but Savinho is like your right winger, like on the touchline. Salah's not a touchline winger, so it becomes a little bit cramped. That's the only problem with that. Player of the Year.
Ooh, this one.
I don't know if I don't believe myself, but I've gone with Van Dijk for the reason the numbers won't back this up, but the year he won Player of the Year, I think will be that type of performance where they're going to score a shit ton of goals, but they're going to be so vulnerable defensively, and it's going to be an award of pure just eye test, I feel, and that's why I don't know if I can believe myself because it's such a stat-heavy world we live in.
And the league is unreal this year.
It's unbelievable.
We've signed literally every best player from the other leagues.
The league,
2.5 billion has been spent for the Premiership versus I think 500 million for the next closest league. Like it's
insane.
I just think if Liverpool win the league, they needed they can't be conceding tons of goals.
It's going to be the same. Yeah, it's going to be like when Trent was and Robbo were like on the wings.
It's going to be Konate and Van Dijk like running back with like 3 attackers, and they're going to be backpedal and work it out. I think we're going to see some like historic type. We'll remember these type of challenges where Van Dijk's making these ridiculous, rescue challenges. Yeah. It might send his career 2 years short. This might be because he's going to be worked.
How old is he now?
34 this season.
Really?
I think he's 33, 34.
I thought he was like early 30s, not like getting towards mid.
That's like this is it for him. This is going to be the last push.
That's crazy. I didn't know he was that old. And fair play.
But I think if they win it, he has to be ridiculous.
If you take that into consideration as well, how old he actually is, and
He just turned 34. Yeah.
Wow, just
Yeah,
turned
yeah.
34. I thought he was like 32. That's crazy.
Because
Yeah.
when he won it initially, yes, he was ridiculous. That was pre-injury and stuff, but they still had that incredible front line. So this is it's not out of the realms of possibility that if they win the league and they run away with it, it might be due to what him and Canate do. I think the A's thing and the way they're going to play their football, I think is going to really stand out. He's going to be so obviously their most important player. He is their most important player. But last year, you could argue Salah and stuff like that. But I think he'll stand out like a sore thumb in this Liverpool side. So I've gone him player of the year.
I've gone, I don't know how many times like a DM centre mid's won it, but I've gone Declan Rice.
Whoa.
That's a good shout.
Rodri area is a lot.
That's a good shout, to be honest.
Yeah, true. Rodri did.
Yeah.
Very good point. So, yeah, no, I just think that one, I think we'll see him finally, like, you know, consistently play further up the pitch.
Yate.
You know, with Zubimendi coming in,
Norgard in it.
and yeah, Norgard. If he's going to play on the pitch as well, will definitely be the deepest lying. So, and I just think like, I just think if we win the league, the attack will rotate more often. Like I don't think Odegaard's going to be super instrumental in like, you know, his involvement. And I think Saka like will obviously still be elite, but I think the distribution up top is going to be more spread.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see a role where Decky Rice is like the first name on the team sheet, you know, and probably getting more contributions in the Prem than we've seen, because he obviously started getting the Champions League ones and obviously the 2 free kicks and everything. But yeah, I just think he'll be like probably our most important player.
Yeah.
And probably going to go under the radar a little bit in terms of like how important he is in this team with the Gyökeres signing and like Saka being fit, like, you know, fully fit again. And I feel like there's a lot of talk everywhere else in our team besides Declan Rice. And yet this guy is still like probably our best player, you know?
Yeah,
I agree with that. I rate him high.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just like, it's probably very similar to the Rodri thing, you know? Like when Rodri won Ballon d'Or and Player of the Year and everything, it was like the talk leading into that season was still essentially all on Haaland and KDB and, you know, like
Foden and all them.
Yeah, and Foden, like everywhere around him, right? And then
There's Rodri.
it's like the reality is this is the guy who's going to play every minute on the pitch.
Yeah.
You know, and and just like dictate what's going on. So I mean,
I'd agree, yeah.
everyone's made signings and everything, but I'm super keen to see our team like on the park with Zubimendi in there and just like a different feel up top. Man, I'm so keen.
Yeah. Third seasons as well is massive in Prems, I feel like. Yeah. Those in Arsenal.
Cool. So we've gone with a bit of a bold one. I've gone with Man United player.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I need
This is a write-off.
I know.
He's never leaving the set now.
Where's it? Which one is it? This one. I'm going
Look
with
down the lens.
Bruno.
Oh, Bruno.
I think with him having those players in front of him this year, I think he'll stand penalties and stuff, and I just think it's bold, but I think he'll just excel. I think.
But where do United have to finish for Bruno to win Player of the Year?
Top 5. Champions
It's
League.
probably possible.
It's got to be top 4, surely. Like you can't win Player of the Year not being in the
Champions League now. Because the Premier League's so strong.
Man United as well.
So like, and it's Man United, and I just think he will be that difference maker.
It's Man United.
I was waiting you pick it up.
No, I think it's quality, and I think he's been waiting for it now. I think he's just needed some help, similar to the Palmer situation. Where I think
definitely need a lot of help for sure.
I think a lot of pressure will be off his shoulders, and he'll be able to just do a lot more of just Bruno things, you know. And I just think he'll do so well this year. I know he's got a Bermo, Cunha, Sesko. I just think he'll thrive, and I think he'll be the reason why Man United do so well in all competitions. I think. I'm going bold for it. Yeah, it's one of them. It's like they're either going to do ass like last year, or I think they'll do really well. But I think this is the year where they do really well.
Can I ask then, United's midfield 4 and then front 3, how would you structure that up? Because to this day, I do not know what I want for my midfield and front 3.
Go with obviously Sesko up top.
Yeah.
Bermo on the right. I don't know what format. Is he for?
So it's one striker with 2 10s and then 2 central midfielders and 2 wing backs. I think Dorgu and Ahmad are picking themselves as the wing backs.
Yeah. So what do you have behind the 2 10s? Just
2 central midfielders. So 1
he goes
6
there.
and 8.
He goes the 8.
He's the 8.
He's the 8. I would put the 10, but you put Cunha and Bermo there.
Okay. Because I was thinking about this yesterday. Does it end
Yeah,
up...
it's hard.
Yeah.
A part of me thought he'd being the 10, but they'll play Mbeumo. He's got to play.
And
Cunha. But I still think, though, he'll be a very advanced 8. He'll be helping a lot. And I think, he does a lot of defensive contributions as well, Bruno. He's box to box everywhere, I think. I just think he'll have a fantastic year, man. I really think he will. He'll be the difference maker. Like I said, he just needed the help, and I think he's got it now, and I think they'll do well. United, I normally hate watching United, but I think this year, they'll do well, man.
Yeah. No, Europe is so massive.
Yeah, it's massive. It's
so
that
massive.
one game a week is going to make a difference, and that's what's going to make them better than all the other teams that are in Europe this year. Because I think a lot of the teams that are in Europe are going to struggle. It's going
to be a big one.
Yeah, it's bold, but I think...
I like it.
And I think Rice was in my top 3 as well.
Yeah.
Rice was in there, but I thought, you know what, Bruno, I believe this year.
I like it. Converted him. All right, we'll finish off now with the big one. This is what the people at home have been waiting for. Our ladder predictions. It's ladder time. You know what we'll do? We'll go bottom 3s first, then we'll do bottom half, and then we'll go through our European positioning.
This is tough.
From bottom up, I've gone Burnley in 20th, Leeds 19th, and Sunderland 18th. All new ones going back down. I'm not making the mistake of the last 2 seasons where I had... Who did I have up the year before? I think I had Sheffield up in 16th, and then I had Ipswich up last year in 17th. I'm not doing that again.
I think Sheffield up crazy. They're always one of the ones.
Yeah, they're always, and I somehow believed in that side. So I've gone, Sunderland 18th. They'll be the closest. Just Granit Xhaka, Mark Gui, all these young talent. Enzo Lafayette, maybe will be really good for them, but they go down. Leeds 19th. I think home ground advantage gets me a few points. A few derbies in there, and then Burnley bottom. I just aren't excited. They're a defensive team that can't score goals, and I don't think they'll score any goals. So,
bottom. I've gone bottom, top, the 3 promoted going back down as well. Unfortunately, in the order of Sunderland 20th, Burnley 19th, 18th Leeds.
Yeah.
Once again, I don't think you can really deep where they're going to finish in that bottom 3. But I do worry there's going to be a gap between the bottom 3 again. And even though some of these bottom Premier League teams from last year, I'm a bit nervy about.
Yeah.
I still think they'll just find a way.
Yep.
And man, I'm getting worried about the gap between the leagues because
someone
we mentioned this back in last year.
Man. It's getting bad. Yeah.
That it is becoming a bit of a concern for the teams coming up, and I feel like the ownership in general now is just happy to pocket the money they get from the Prem.
Yeah. And go
and be like, that was a success. So happy to go back down. We'll do it again next year. We'll come back up again next year.
So get that parachute money, and I just think it's massive. Yeah, and I think you're talking about that. Same with the Championship a bit now. It's slowly evolving to a point where it's harder for the League One teams to do the same, and I think that's just the way that the football pyramid's going. And I think it's just bad, man.
The money's not. Bad. It's not even. It's not proportionally split. Yeah. It's disproportionately given to the top teams, and then.
Getting worse.
This is a flow-on effect of Birmingham, Wrexham, and these clubs being Americanly owned. Because they're going up with ease because they're spending Premier League relegation type money.
Yeah, Blues will definitely go up. I think Blues will definitely bounce back up.
It's unbelievable. So you've gone the exact same bottom 3.
Mine, I've gone for rock bottom Leeds.
Okay.
Yeah, hinted earlier with the Daniel Farke. I just don't think no signings good enough. They've signed people, but. I couldn't say one, and I just don't think they'll be good enough. And then second bottom, Burnley. The only reason why I haven't put them rock bottom is because, like you said, good defence, no goals. But I think that good defence is what gets them the odd few draws here and there.
Valid.
And then 18th, different one.
Oh, here we go. The first non.
Yeah, it's going to go down to the last game.
Yeah,
last 3 games. I've gone Brentford.
Brentford go down.
I think, and I know it's bold because they're always around that top 10. But I just think losing your manager that you've had for 7 years, losing your your one best forward, you're probably going to lose Wissa too. Losing your captain, Norgard. I can't see them, and then don't seem to replace him well yet. No. There's not a lot of time left. 1st of September.
They've got 3 more weeks. I think I think it will go bad. I think Keith Andrews will get sacked quite quick. He'll be after Farke, I think. Right.
I think they'll hold it out a bit, but I think that's where they'll go wrong. They'll keep him for a little bit, try and test the waters, but it won't get any better. he should be the first manager that gets sacked, but he won't be, and that's where they'll go wrong. That's what I think.
It's bold. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go my bottom half then. So 11 down to 17. And we can go through. We can compare.
Start from 17. Go.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
So I got West Ham just avoiding the drop. I think they'll be close. I'm being continuity.
Yeah.
Potter goes. They
Yeah.
struggle. I think they're going to struggle. Is Bowen or bust in that club? Brentford 16th. I like the likes of. I've talked about Shard now for 3 seasons. I'm begging this year he comes good.
Yeah, that's
I think he's their only hope, really.
Yeah, him, Carvalho up
Yeah,
top.
it's a good call.
Yeah,
He's been
good.
like
Rico Henry
Yeah,
comes
he's
back from
getting
injury.
better and better every year.
Yeah.
You're seeing the improvement.
Rico Henry back from injury. Jordan Henderson, I think, is a massive signing, and Kelleher. Like, as much as I can joke about it, I think Henderson's actually a massive deal to get. Premier League, Champions League experience in the centre of your team, that's going to be vital for them. So they're 16th. Wolves is 15th. Strand Larson will help. They've still got João Gomez in midfield and Agbedo at the back. The core of that team is still fine, despite losing Matheus Cunha, and I like Vitor Pereira. 14th is the Cherries. I've gone Bournemouth 14th. I love Iraola ball, but yeah, they've been absolutely ravaged.
Defence. That's
And-
nearly
and-
the whole back four gone.
It's a problem for me. You've got one recognised centre half in Senesi, but they were so built on building out from the back last season. They did it against Arsenal, they did it against City, they did it against United, and they beat all three by building out from the back. That's going to be a problem. Can you get ball playing centre halves in for Bournemouth? Everton in 13th. I think they'll do fantastic this year. Grealish potentially joining them. Dewsbury Hall's already there. Talked about Bonnie to start the episode off. 12th, Crystal Palace. That's just their position. No questions asked. And Fulham in 11th. They've signed absolutely no one, but they've still got Marco Silva. And I can't doubt Marco Silva's ability in the Premier League. So they're my 11th place team.
Like, I've got an extremely similar.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I think they all will be.
I've got Brentford at 17th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what you said, like the depth they brought in will just be enough to keep them up, right?
Yeah.
And probably, I don't think it'll even come down to the last hour. I just think it's going to be like a bit of a gap. And
Yeah, it could happen.
And then Bournemouth 16th. Yeah,
That's
really
probably more realistic. I'm using my heart here. I love
really worried about the players they've lost. Wolves 15th, same thing.
same
No
spot.
particular reason. I just feel like that's about where the squad fits.
Yeah.
Everton 14th.
Yeah.
Brighton 13th. So that's probably a bit
Okay,
lower than you
right.
guys. I just think they're going to get like a bit of like a reality check in regards to where they're at. I don't know where they finished last year. Like,
I think they were bang 10th
10th?
last year. I think
Yeah.
they were mid-table.
I just think they might drop again.
Well, United and Spurs have to come up, sure.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So you put those two above
You'd
them.
hope so, man.
And then the reason they're 13th is because, once again, at 12th, exact same reason as you. I just feel like Marco Silva
Yeah.
you just have to give him some sort of credit, right? Despite their team, like, I don't know, their team looks a bit dead, man. Like, but
You need to improve it.
Brighton were 8th last season, sorry.
Brighton finished 8th.
Yeah.
True. And then Palace 11th, so I've actually got them one spot
You got
above
them
them.
about the normal spot? Yeah, crazy.
I want to put them above that, but Palace 11th.
Yeah.
That's my bottom.
Rogue, it's your Rogue Chef here, so not in 12th. All right.
Oh, yeah, we're on to
It's your 11th. Right? Yeah, sorry, yeah. I'm
No,
showing
all
back
good,
from
all
following.
good. 17th, Sunderland. I
Do you
think
want
they're
just
just about.
there?
I think they're just about. I think, kind of you talking about Henderson. I think Xhaka is going to be that piece for them, and I know it's one of them, bit like Ipswich, made a lot of signings, and you don't know if it's going to go right or wrong. I just think they'll be fine.
Yeah, okay.
Something tells me it'll be close.
Yeah.
Then in 16th, Bournemouth. Same
Yeah, so you
reasons.
both have them 16th,
Yeah. 15th, going to be Fulham. I just think with them, I just think it's not improving. I think a lot of teams are, losing players, but they are buying players back. But I think like Fulham are just not really improving.
No.
They're kind of just getting left behind a bit. 14th, Wolves.
Yeah, so we'll
I
have
think
them
they'll be
around
fine.
that spot, Yeah.
I think they'll be fine without Cunha. I think they'll make more signings as well. They could even be higher, potentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
13th, West Ham.
Should be much higher than me.
Yeah. I think they'll be fine. I think Bowen will have another standout season. And that, like we were saying earlier, Gif. The wing back.
Yeah.
I think, I've seen the pre-season, but when I looked at him, I thought, wow, he's a player.
Hell of a player, yeah.
And I think with Wan-Bissaka doing really well as well, them two on the flanks, I think, will be
That's
pivotal for them
contribution.
staying up, I think.
Yeah.
And then 12th, going with Forest, Mr. Marinakas.
Whoa, Mr. Maranakis, is this a more hate
Yeah, this is a bit, yeah, mate, sorry, buddy, you're not getting that
Yeah.
call up normal. But no, I think, back to what I was saying earlier about the teams being in European competitions, I just don't think their squad's good enough to balance. And I think, well, we're not sure where they're going to be playing yet, Conference League or Europa League. But I think if they want to do well in one of those, they'll have to balance, and I think that'll affect the Premier League. So it just depends what they choose, what they want to prioritise. 11th Palace, same.
Yeah. That's where they belong, 11th or 12th, don't they? Every season.
That's it.
All right, let's go 10 to 8, and then we'll do our European position. So 10th, got Brighton. I just think that's where they land this season. Good manager, good squad, just not with the big boys, I don't think. I've still got Forest in 9th. I still think there's enough there. I'm pretty happy with
the defence. The defence is still there, and it's a really good defence.
It's a very good defence. Yeah. They've got, I forgot about Tayo 1 year, backing up Chris Wood. You've got Dan and Doyle, I'm super excited about joining the Premier League. Hudson-Odoi is still there. Elliot Anderson, there's still the talent there. So I'm going to back them in to go around again. And if they get Conference League, that helps them a lot because
it's
dependent on the competition. Yeah. And then in 8th, I've got Tottenham. I did have them much higher 2 weeks ago when I made this list. Yeah.
That's valid.
They've dropped down.
That's valid.
No Gibbs White, no Vissa. Oh.
As of right now, yes. I'd probably say around that.
We need some signings quickly if you want to push yourself up.
I got Forest at 10th.
Yep.
I think they'll regress, but not massively.
Yeah.
I got West Ham at 9th. So
hell,
this is one of the ones. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a bit of a. This is probably like one of my bigger ones. I got a bit of a gut feel about them.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I actually still feel like Potter can manage.
He's got it.
And yeah, I'm also looking at like Fulkrug second season.
Yeah, me too. I was saying earlier, I think he will have a good season.
I think there was probably more hype with West Ham last year, which just never played out at all, right? And you know, I know they lose Kudus, but I'm hoping that they can find goals from more sources than just, you know, Jared Bowen, right? Yeah. I don't know what's up with Mikel Antonio.
He's left, isn't he?
Has he left?
Yeah, he's left now.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. They got Callum Wilson.
They got Callum Wilson there, though, backing up.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just expecting that. I think their squad is actually, and Max Kilman like came in and he was like just really underwhelming last year. And
yeah, he was booty cheeks, really, wasn't he?
Yeah, honestly, he was. It was like that was like one of the sort of hypes. That was like a really great.
Quite a bit on him.
Yeah, they
did.
did
Spend like 40 million or something.
Well, and you know, you were signing like Wolves captain.
Yeah,
right? And it was like, you know, English talent, like, you know, centre back, like one of the sort of hottest centre backs in the game at the moment, young centre backs, and it was so. I don't know. I have more faith that they'll sort of put it together this year and get a bit of continuity going and sort of get some points on the board. And then at 8th, I have Newcastle. So this is sort of backing up my Eddie Howe thesis.
Yeah.
You know, I think
they're outside of it.
I haven't actually looked at their draw. I don't know if it starts hard, but I you know, this is just contingent on Isaac leaving and the other guys around them just getting better and trying to manage European football with like a sort of a thinning squad a little bit, right? Because Tonali,
the first Villa away, Liverpool at home, Leeds away. It's a shocking start.
Yeah, and like that Leeds away game, that's like an early bogey game. So, yeah, man. I am quite because I was big on Newcastle last year. I predicted them third last year. This isn't like a Newcastle Haywatch. This is just like you
just think it's gone.
It's come and gone. I think everyone around them has strengthened so much, right? And then on the other hand, I don't really know what they've done. They're going to lose their best player. So, yeah, a bit worried.
Starting 11 have missed targets so far this year. There are 11 players I have missed out on.
Yeah, true.
It's crazy.
It's a shame. Yeah, I think because I like Newcastle.
Yeah, no, I do like, and I want Newcastle to do well as well. But
I'm with you. 10th, Brighton.
Yep, sounds.
I think they'll still have a good season. And then 9th, I've gone with Everton.
I
really think Everton will do well.
2000s ball, I love it.
Yeah, I think Dewsbury Hall is a fantastic signing. I think he will be really good. I just didn't think obviously with Caicedo, Enzo, all of that, he didn't really fit into Chelsea. Too many midfielders, but I think he'll do really well. Pick up where he left off at Leicester. And then 8th, I've gone Newcastle as well. Same reasons. Yeah, I think without Isaac, I just think they're really going to struggle, man. And it's a shame because I had them to do well last year as well. But yeah, Champions League as well. It's again, what do they prioritise? You know, and I think that will affect the league. And I think with how, like you said, who knows what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
So you think if they finish 8th, Eddie Howe's still there?
Depends how they do in the Champions League.
Yeah, okay.
I think if they don't make it past the league phase thing, I think he's got to go.
Yeah.
I think because they're not progressing.
Well, I don't even know if I would say like he deserves to go. I just feel like he will go.
Yeah, it's the ownership. It's
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
what you're
like
saying.
he's
They
in-
care about the on the pitch performances.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when they're putting so much
It might
money
be
in.
unfair because they've lost their best player and you know, like everyone has strengthened around them. But I just think he will go if that's the case.
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from with that. It's a really good point.
Do we want to do just 7 up, or do we want to just break up to top 4
Do
and
like 7 to 5 and
7 to 5 and top 4? Okay, yeah, let's go 7 to 5. And so in 7 they got United. I think there's still be an adjustment period. And again, unfortunately, I think it might be the same as last season. We'll win some big games and just draw and lose some really shit clubs. I wouldn't be surprised if we draw away to Burnley and Leeds, knowing United. We can't play in low blocks. I've got 7th United. I'm backing in Newcastle to finish 6th. Is this blind faith? Maybe. Look, if they get Samu in for Isaac, I'm pretty happy. That's close enough. That's enough, I think, to give him enough goals. I still think that midfield, it's hinges so much on Bruno's fitness. If Bruno ain't there, well, fuck, like it's not looking good. Like, you lost Elliot Anderson for that depth. It's gonna have to be Jolinton, Tonali, and Bruno for 80% of the season. Yeah. So fitness is big for Newcastle. But if they're all there, that place is pumped. St James's Park punks on a Saturday and Sunday morning. Like, it's a tough place to go.
I was going to say, one of the stronger home ground advantages.
Yeah, like it actually is a long. Yeah. It counteracts
probably
a Tuesday night
probably
game.
the strongest. To be honest, you know, I'd probably
you play
say,
Tuesday night, but everyone travels all out north.
Yeah,
that sort of balances it out. So I think they still finish solid in 6th. And I don't know if this is Rogan. I've got Villa in 5th. I think this is down just to Unai Emery's ability to get the best out of players. Morgan Rogers' second full season. Watkins back to his best potentially. Yuri Tillemans and Kamara comes back.
Yeah.
I love a Kamara midfield.
You're
it
big
changes things, right? John McGinn's found his role as like a high and wide midfielder. It's the same team, but I think with Unai Emery there and the history and this back line and Ian Matson's second season and Daniel Marlin performing well in pre-season, there's enough there. I think they go right.
Yeah.
They're not Champions League, finish 5th as such.
Yeah, no. So I have gone Spurs 7th. United 6th and Villa 5th. And so I reckon... So the Villa thing I definitely agree with. I think they bought a lot of players last year. Mm-hmm. And although they haven't strengthened a lot this year, like, it was sort of just built from last year. So I actually could potentially even see them pushing top 4 again, but with multiple competitions and stuff. I don't know if the squad depth... I just think the guys around them have strengthened so much.
Yeah.
And then Spurs are 7th. I really wanted to see season 3. Oh, man, like, seriously, I would have probably had the top 4 if that was the case, because I would have had a lot of blind faith in Ange. Yeah. But yeah, like, and then United at 6th. I don't know. I think 5th up will be relatively tight, and then I think 6 downwards between like 6th and 10th will be another sort of table as well. Yeah. I think the top 5 will put a bit of a gap on United and Spurs. I don't know. I put United 6, but I am worried about them.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Brian Mbeumo is one of those players I feel like could just... I don't know. It just, to me, all your signings just reek of, like, I've seen this before. I've seen this before. Like, I've seen this story before, you know? Like...
Well, whenever he gets the exact same shit, so you have seen it many times for 5 years straight. Yeah.
I just... Mbeumo, great player, great season last year and everything, but... Was there a reason there was no market for him? You know, is there a reason for that? Cunha, like another one of those players where, like, you would expect there to have been so much more of a market for Cunha, right? But there just wasn't really. It was. I don't know. It's probably because United secured him really, really early. But he's got his temperamental issues. Like, you know, loves to talk on Instagram and yell at fans.
That was embarrassing. That.
I don't know. They all these signings to me just like reek of like United flop, man. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just see a world where it's all where like they're all on the pitch together and it's just not going well. And Amorim, I obviously think you'll do better than last year. You know, last year you finished 15th,
right?
Like, 6 is a pretty significant jump, but it's where you should be. You should be on the top end, right? Yeah. And I just think the guys above you is so much better. That 6, honestly, is kind of like a decent result, but it's also, but I'm also worried about you. So it's weird. Like 6 is decent, but I'm nervy, man. Like it could go pear shaped
again. Yeah.
Cool. So with what? On to number 8.
Yep.
I'm going with
Sorry,
seven.
seven.
Seven. That's
Sorry.
the one. Yeah, Villa. I've gone with Villa
So
7.
moving up there, yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's just balancing Europa League. I think they've got a great 11, but then it just depends what they're gonna prioritize in a way. Kind of similar to what happened with United and Tottenham last year. I think both of them ended up prioritizing the Europa League, which affected them a lot.
Yeah.
Especially Tottenham. But yeah, I think it'll be the same with Villa. But I think they'll have a good season. I think 7th and a good run in the Europa League. I think it's a good year for them, especially after not really signing that many players. They've got a good squad, but I think they're a team where they're a Watkins injury away from in trouble. You know,
this is very
same
true.
with Rodgers. You know, you look at their depth and it's not really good enough.
No,
you know,
it's not good.
and I think that's why I don't have them getting Champions League.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And then 6th place, I've gone with Tottenham.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's if I'm hoping we make some more signings. If we don't, if we go into the start of the season with exactly what we've got now, it's going to be quite a bit lower than that. But I think we will make signings. We will. We have to. Madison has done his ACL. We need that 10. I want Eze, but we don't know what's going to happen there. I just think I think we'll prioritise the league a lot more than Champions League. I think we'll have a decent Champions League run as well. I just think, last season, back to the point about Villa, I think we just prioritised Europa League after February, I think it was. So then I think that's why that fall down. Yeah, after the semi-final as well. Yeah, we just gave up in a way in the league. But yeah, I think the big boys will be back up there, United and Tottenham. And that's, my top
From there.
8 to 6.
All right. So, my number 4.
So who did you have a 5th?
Oh, wait, we're not doing 5th as well?
No, we did 5th.
Oh, we're doing 5th. Oh, United.
United 5th.
I'll go with United, yeah. Sorry, I think Champions League football, I think they'll be back. I think 5th will be enough in the coefficient rankings for them to get Champions League football, just with the quality that the English teams have now in Europe, I think. And there's a lot of teams in Europe. There's Palace, Forest, Villa,
9
Newcastle.
next season.
Surely
you can't not lose the coefficient now,
And that's why I think United will do it. And I think kind of a bit similar what you were just talking about with Mbeumo. I think when they've made signings like that, they've only kind of made one signing like that, and then I feel like the pressure's kind of always been on that signing. But I feel like now they've brought in him, Konya, Sesko, and I feel like it just frees up a lot of the weight off each individual player, and that's where I think they'll perform a lot better as a team. But yeah, no, European football is massive as well. I think that's the reason why they do so well also.
Oh, actually, honestly, if we get Donnarumma, then I'm changing my prediction.
Well, if you get a 6 and a keeper.
Donnarumma, I didn't know your room was linked with Donnarumma.
I think it's very close. It's about
apparently he wants United. Apparently,
that's crazy. Well, because I've seen firsthand him in the Champions League. Ruin my hopes and dreams, mate. Donnarumma is insane. That was the most insane thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah. Best upgrade you can get.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like if Donnarumma comes in,
oh man,
I've got Lissandro Martinez, Yoro, Delit, Heaven.
I wouldn't put Lissandro in there.
I think
Yoro has
the
a
butcher's
good
back.
The butcher's back. The butcher's back.
He's
got a new haircut now. The butcher's back. Just wait for the butcher to be back. Lenny Yoro seconds. Oh,
the butcher.
Yeah, the butcher. That thing there. He's a poor man's Cutie Romero. I think really.
That's hilarious.
5 foot 9 butcher.
That's hilarious.
All right, top 4s now. This is the big boy stuff. Chelsea in 4th. I think this is a top 4 battle that probably goes 30 match weeks. I feel like all teams are amongst it for around 30 weeks. That's when the cream rises to the top. I think Chelsea's in and around it. Again, the great entertainers of this season, just not enough for me. I think they'll be good. They'll be good next year for this year. If that, you know what I mean. Like they'll go deep. They'll challenge Liverpool. They'll challenge City and Arsenal. But when you've got a home game versus Brighton, who've now won, or Fulham come to Stamford Bridge, I'm still worried if they can get those results over the line, because last year they dropped points to Brighton, they dropped points to Forest, they dropped points to Fulham at home. To take that next step, you need to do it at home against teams in a low block. They'll have to learn that this season, but they'll be good for this season. They'll be competitive, beating champions, at least said. They'll be much better. Cole Palmer, Enzo, Reece James in midfield, Caicedo. It's a fantastic squad. Got Arsenal in 3rd. I agree with what you said. I think the striker due by a date had come and gone last season. They're going to be much better. They'll batter the small teams rather than having to grind it out. But I just like the squads of the 2 above them. And, if you've been there and done it, they've been there and done it.
What else could our squad have, mate? What else could our squad have? Isaac, I guess.
Players who've won. And that's why I've got Man City second.
Left side, I think a winger. Another left winger.
Left winger.
I think Rafael Leao, a top quality winger like that.
Left winger, I 100% agree with.
I've got City second. I love the Randers signing alongside Rodri. They've got Nouri in there now. Nico Riley's a great backup as well. I think he's going to be a hell of a player. Vardiol plays at centre-half now. Diaz, I'm still on and off about, but you've got rotations for him there. Trafford in goal, one of the best shot stoppers in England last season. Erling Haaland's back. Like, I love Savinho, I love Marmot. Like, it's a hell of a squad. It's just about how quickly they get into gear. That's why I've got them behind Liverpool top. I think Liverpool go for match day one. They've looked the part in pre-season, considering everything that's happened on field, off field, they're ready to go again. And Arne Slot, and I just think Dutch people in football in general, it's just, let's get this shit done. It's process, it is structure, it's bang, bang, bang. And when, the emotion of a league title can sometimes drain a team, they look like it's just been water off their back. They're ready to go again.
Yeah, I think so.
And this squad is actually probably one of the best. Like, it's close to that City Centurions level. What the feel you come into this season with them, you feel like this team is just inevitable. They're going to batter some teams.
Yeah. So, fourth I've got Chelsea as well. I think you explained that really, really well. Like, I think they'll be around there, but then I think eventually the three above them will differentiate themselves. Yep. I've gone Liverpool at 3.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, right. Because I just think it's hard to defend the league, man. It is. Just, when you're you go from, they had absolutely no pressure last year, right? And in my opinion, at least, it was all the pressure was on Arsenal.
Yeah, I agree.
Liverpool with they were hunting, right? And I know they were on top of the league for a long time, but it was still. I think they had everything, sort of circumstantially for them. It was a new manager, so there's no pressure there. In terms of going on to win the league. This has been a great season so far. So anything here's a win. And then, Salah was so unreal. Can he repeat that? I don't know. I'm a bit skeptical of that, and I just think that they're not going to be strong enough defensively. I just think they'll leak goals, and this is my concern with them last year. And I know they won the league, but when towards the back end of the year was that they kept coming from behind, and I think eventually you get caught out doing that. And I think if they're even weaker defensively this year, which they will be, right? I think you're going to leak goals, and it's going to come a time where you're just not going to be able to. I don't think you can continually come back from behind like they've done so in the past. And I think it was the perfect storm for them last year. They really pissed in the league in the end, but not so confident this year.
Yeah.
And then obviously I've got us winning the league, so I've got City second. Mm-hmm. And City, look, I think it's just Pep Guardiola. Can't write him off for too long.
Yeah.
But I think our time is come, man. I think our time has come. I think it's been the last couple of years, and we haven't been able to get it done. But I really do believe that this Arsenal squad is something scary, and I don't know. I just think we're defensively so strong, right? With better attack now that I don't know how many goals we're going to concede, right? As long as we can score enough, which I think we can now, right? We add 25 goals in add 20 goals in with a striker, I think we'll score enough, and we're defensively so strong that I just think we're gonna be competitive in every single game, right? I don't think no matter where we go, if we're playing at Anfield or the Etihad or whatever, I think we're going to be tough to beat. So if as long as we can batter the smaller teams, which has been a bit of a hiccup in the past, I think, is with the the sort of mid-table guys, where we drop points. As long as we can do that, then I think we'll be good.
If you can win Fulham away this year, I'll
give it to Baron Leno.
Fulham away is one of the hardest trips for Arsenal to make in a year. I feel last 3 seasons, crazy.
Yeah, no, it's a good point.
But fair enough. You make a case.
I'm going to follow on to that. Sorry, my guy, man. I've got you in fourth. I got Arsenal in fourth.
Oh, man.
And the only reason is because I think Chelsea will do really well. That's I think it will be really close.
That's mental. I
Preston said, it will be really tight. It will, there will not be a lot of points.
Surely our age profile, though, the trajectory is still only up.
Chelsea average age is 23.
No, but we're miles ahead of Chelsea currently.
Yeah.
Right? So it's the trajectory, we didn't regress last year. we lost in the semi-final to PSG, right? And sorry,
you're going, man. It's all right, man. It's all right,
As in, I I get it. Yeah, you're too fat Spurs fan. But like the trajectory, like the age profile, the experience, the players we brought in, to me, it can only go one way. Like,
I think you're more chance for a Champions League this year than you are for the league. That's
Yeah,
my
this
I
is
just-
where I think you will prioritise Champions League. I think
You
you'll
think
get
so?
to a certain point, and I think it'll be because I think this season is Arteta. If he doesn't win Champions League or Premier League, I think he's got to go. I think it's busted, but I think he'll prioritise the Champions League, and that's where I think you'll fall a bit short in the league.
Yeah,
but not massively though. Like I think
that is fair. That is fair.
But that's why, because I really think you'll prioritise the Champions League. And yeah, your squad it's got better. It has, but then I just look around and I feel like everyone's just getting better. That's where I say earlier. I think it's a year or two late. You know, I think if you'd have bought that number 9 in 2 years ago or last season
was
my only query to that would be as well is that I feel like we've got better where we obviously needed to get better. Whereas, like, okay, if Liverpool bring in a striker, then they've got better. But scoring goals wasn't their problem. You know, like bringing in Verts, and I get it. When was scoring goals their problem?
Kirk is a top 3 fullback for Robertson, his age.
No, so Kirk isn't upgraded for sure. The Frimpong thing.
I'd say it would be a downgrade. I'm happy to say it's a downgrade.
Yeah.
But what happened?
Van Dijk's a year older.
What happened last year though was what we didn't expect that whole to be filled, where Gravenberch and McAllister has become one of the better midfield combinations in the world.
Yeah. And then look, City have upgraded where they needed to.
I think
Rodri being back is probably like the biggest upgrade,
that's the
right?
thing, yeah.
And obviously he's out now, but
Rodri Rangers with like a fit front line.
And I think Shirk will do well as well. I feel like we haven't spoken about him, so I think he'll do fantastic.
That is a great point.
City's work across the last 7 months, including January, you have to take January into it as well.
City could piss the league. They could piss.
I think it will be really tight, that top 4, and I think literally
8 points. I've got all.
Yeah. I put
Arsenal 4th,
Chelsea 3rd. Chelsea 3rd, yeah. Chelsea 3rd. And then just same reason. I think João Pedro coming in takes a lot of pressure, like I said, off Palmer and stuff, and I just think he'll score a lot of goals as well as Palmer. And then second, I've gone City. I think City will come second. I think they'll have a good year, but I just think Liverpool is too strong. Yeah. I just think I do worry defensively though. Like I get what you're both saying. I do think about the fullbacks, and I think especially Frimpong, but I just think they've just got enough. I think that experience of Konate and Virgil and Alisson, I just think will benefit them a lot, and they'll be able to lead out from the back. But yeah, that's my top 4 really. I think it's going to be tight though. Honestly, I think it will go down, like you said.
The league's going to be unreal though.
It's going to be crazy. Like every week is going to be mental.
Surely there's no team who can just like put a gap on the rest, like to win the league. Like surely it's just too competitive.
This sounds so backwards with what I've said, but I think City the only team that can do it this year. That could just
and that's just like Pep Guardiola. That would just be Pep.
It's just because we have a full season of Marmoush, we have Savinho's second season, we have Haaland, we have Foden that needs to perform, and he's the 10th spot to take now.
I 100% agree because I put City second only because I'm an Arsenal fan, right? But I do agree. I think they're the ones capable of doing that.
Liverpool always make it hard for themselves. They never make it easy for themselves in the league, so I don't see them running away with it. Yeah. But in my head, it seems like City could be the team that finish second but win the domestic cups and go into a Champions League semi-final.
I think it'll be one of them two who wins the league. I think it'll be City or Liverpool. I think City will.
I honestly reckon it's Barca, PSG, or Arsenal for the Champions League. I'd probably put.
I think Arsenal. I think especially from last year, I think that will be a big learning curve for them. And I think it pains me to say it. I hope they don't because I just want to keep saying we've got a European trophy. You ain't, but it could happen this year. I think it could.
I just think your emotional roller coaster is so suited to Champions League footy. Like the whole build, I think it's so made for that type of occasion.
Yeah. I mean, I just think we're going to win. We're just going to win it all.
It's just not made for Bournemouth away on a Saturday when it's pissing down with rain down south. I just don't think it's that type of. But anyway, you could. You've teased so many times.
Yeah. Who knows? It could happen.
Well, look, second FC. I think we've only got better. So yeah, I mean, like for me, it's the logical progression.
Yeah, you've added what you need, and you got.
Yeah. But I definitely see an argument where like we are too emotional to win a Premier League. Like under Arteta, I can see that as an argument. Whereas
and we can't see that now from a transfer window. I'm just taking.
I think he's the reason why you won't get over the line. I think you need a new manager. I think
to win
he's only took you so far. Yeah, he's only took you so far, and I think
there is an element for sure where I understand that like he just is not suited to the long duration of a Premier League because of like the manager he is, and he is quite like he does get quite emotional and all those things, but like where that can be an advantage in a Champions League format. So I can see that as an argument, but I also feel like this is like Pep Guardiola prodigy, mate. Like, come on. It's got to have that in him somewhere, surely. So yeah, I think it's the start of a dynasty.
I'm looking forward to it though, man. I can't wait. Like,
seriously.
The fact it's a week away is
I've missed it. Hey, Tottenham play Wednesday, guys. You know, we're gonna get pumped
when this comes out. When this comes out, it's a day before the game. This comes out Tuesday.
We're gonna get pumped, but you know, like it's.
Come on, score prediction then. This comes out day before the
cricket
score.
Nah, I think
no
2-1 PSG.
Okay, yeah.
I just think because they only just got back from pre-season.
Yeah.
They started pre-season like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That's the only reason. I think if they had a full pre-season, they'd pump us like 3-4-0. But I think because we've played a full pre-season, I think we'll just have the legs to try and push them. But I still think they'll win.
And confident for your season before you finish up, Tottenham in general?
If we sign a 10, but a good 10.
What's best case scenario for Spurs?
Champions League football.
Top
5.
Top 5. Yeah,
top 5. Yeah.
5, yeah.
Champions League football.
Top 5.
It's top
Champions
5
League
now.
football. We've
Yeah.
done the Europa League. Completed it, mate. You know what I mean? Like it's, I want, just be consistent again. Slow. We're on a rebuild now.
Yeah.
And I think we've just got to slowly start to get back up there now and we win another trophy.
Yeah.
Carabao Cup or FA Cup.
It's always there to win. And your player of the season for Spurs this season? Your Spurs player of the year?
Kudus.
Wow,
Or Romero.
I like Romero.
But I think Kudus will be that.
I think Dom Solanke could put in a shift.
That was my bold prediction.
Under
18 plus goals this season.
But I think we'll do really well defensively this year compared to last year. I think we'll be a lot more structured.
Well, can only be up, surely.
Seriously,
like
So I think we'll do quite well. We'll be like probably like top 4, like defensive team.
I wonder if that'd be like Thomas Frank's like main like prerogative is like this, like he looks more long term and he thinks, okay, for me I need to sort out this defense.
But it's just if Levy gives him that time though. Like that's the problem. That's another conversation.
Clearly he doesn't give any. Like honestly, the whole like Levy giving anyone time, it just has to be like that. That thought process has to be gone after last year. Yeah. Like you win your first trophy in 20 years, man. Like and then you give him the sack.
So I get it. A part of me gets it because obviously 22 losses, and I feel like Ange was stubborn in the way where he didn't want to change his ways. Yeah. And I feel like if that you can't do that in the Premier League. Like it works in knockout football, but you can't do it in the Premier League. But hey, for the fun though, I would have kept him for another year, just for the fun, just to see where it would have gone. And he won the trophy, man. Like that was the best day ever. Sorry, Preston, man, but
you can hold it over me. You put Bruno as a player of the season, so I'll keep it. Just quickly, you talking a little bit about Arsenal, but your gut feeling and player of the year for you guys?
Well, I mean, I probably already said it. Like, my gut feel is they're going to win the league.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that. Yeah. I just think it's the natural progression. And then I said player of the year for the Prem is Declan Rice. So I'm probably going to go. I'll go Declan Rice as our player of the year. But I am really keen to watch Gyökeres play and to see how that changes our attacking output, because to be honest, you're so right about a style of play has just gone like in the bin a little bit. My best year as an Arsenal fan is probably the year we finished 4th. And we just played so expansive, and it was like, you never knew what was going to happen, but you knew it was going to be entertaining. And although I can appreciate obviously we've gotten better, so that in itself is good. I can appreciate the style of play now. I do want to see more goals. Like inevitably, you want to see more goals, right? Because
it's football.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Football. Winning trophies is all well and good, but I think on a week by week basis, I'd rather just see more entertaining games than necessarily stink it out for a trophy. But yeah, I'm keen. I'm so keen. I'm so keen for the league.
Can't wait, man.
So many fresh faces in the league, and I'm super keen to see all the teams play.
There we go.
Preston United.
Oh fuck! I hate talking.
What do you think, pal?
I messaged you the other day. So this is my favourite time of the year. I get
What's your best case scenario for United?
Honestly, if Donnarumma comes, I have to change the whole thing. But I think if we get into 5, I'd be glad. I'm very happy. But this season, I want what you said. I've seen it in pre-season, but I've been promised this in pre-season 3 years in a row now. But it's expansive. It's up and down. Diogo Leal, these young players, getting them through, wing backs up the pitch. I just want to see us go and be able to break down low blocks. That means we get caught in the counter. I'm okay this year. This is everyone's saying it's the 38 final season. Every game is a final for us. I love a cup again. It's crazy. In our worst era, we've won like 2 trophies and we've been to 5 finals in our worst ever. So the expectation obviously gets tilted like that.
It just that thing, I get it. It also, I just feel like it depends how much weight you give the trophy. I get the trophies thing.
But I still want to... in our worst time, we've got trophies. We need to get trophies.
Would you rather finish top 5 or win a trophy?
Top 5. I want to get back in the champ.
There is
actually, though, I'd almost actually rather go like a finish 6th, win a FA Cup, go into Europa League, develop this team. And I'm one of the most pragmatic fans. I don't get too far ahead of myself because I've been hurt too many times by this team. I'd rather take the process. Maybe not anymore, but I was still backing Ten Hag the week he got sacked. Like, I'm so about just take the process, go through the steps. And that's why I've been in Arteta's back. Like, I've been backing him in. This year's different. I think he has to win something. But for this club and for the progression, it has to be slow. It has to be over time. And eventually, if we're going to be successful, most of these players probably won't even be there. I think that's sort of the level of progression we need to make. Like your Cunha's and Mbeumo's 25, 26 probably won't be there if we're going to be a title-winning side, right? It'll be 5-6 years from now. So I'd rather win the FA Cup, deep in the Carabao Cup, finish 6th in the league. Let's go Europa League. Then we go Champions League and slowly build that because I'm worried because I'm like, it can go 2 ways. I'm worried about Seska. I've never really rated the guy, but I'm going to back him. He's a new signing. And then Bruno in midfield as an 8. Do we have the legs as a 6? Next to him, is it Casemiro? Is it Manu? Is it Baliba? It's just a lot of what ifs.
Yeah. There is an interest, like, because my default thing with the United signings is that it's just like whatever that seriously, whatever they've done in the past, like you knock it back by 20%. That's sort of what you'll get.
Yeah.
There is a world where these guys like all kick on, and like you get like there is a world
80 goals a
season. Seriously, there is a world where that happens where you get the best version of these players plus a little bit of natural progression because they're all relatively young, and like United all of a sudden like is very competitive. Yeah. So I think in that sense there is potential for a lot of upside, and as you said, like you're getting a couple players back, you get like the best version of Sandro Martinez, and your Maguire, and your defense is like solid.
Yeah.
And then up front, you have some attacking threat. There is a world where that's the case. I don't think that will be the case because we've just seen this United story too many times.
I'm not buying it yet.
When you got Varane, you got Jadon Sancho, you got Ronaldo. Like we have seen this happen before, right? But you never know. You can, as a United fan, I'm telling you, there's one thing every year. I feel like you guys always get given some belief through signings or whatever it is.
I messaged Charlie the other day. I said, "This is my favorite time of the year. I can't get hurt by anyone. My team ain't playing, but we're buying players."
It's hilarious because at least over the last 5-10 years, and during our sort of prime time watching the game, it's like every year there's like this. It's not even a blind faith. It's like a real faith because the club has done something in the market, or like it just logically makes sense for progression, and yet you somehow always get hurt.
It's true.
It's like a bad girlfriend, man. Like
you keep going backwards. It's not going to work.
It's toxic relationship.
Girlfriend, bro.
The fact that Ronaldo, Sancho, and all them can't work,
it's hilarious, man.
I'm going in with little belief, and
I'm rooting for you, man. Like I'm a guy that doesn't really rate United. I'm always been one of them. Like I just can't stand them, but I'm rooting this year. I feel like there's just something cooking there.
I think watching.
It's got to happen.
I want to see Amarin.
I'm still hate watching it. Don't get it twisted, but
I'll be turning notifications off on Saturdays just to make sure no one gets.
They'll be okay. I think they'll be fine.
All right, thank you guys for coming on.
No worries.
We'll be back in 9 months' time to look at these ones and take those deep breaths.
Throw in the row, lad. Throw in the row.
You never know. We got Arsenal top. Maybe if you finish 3rd or 4th, it helps us out with our.
I was going to say, there's actually not a lot of difference in our lists, meaning that a couple key changes at the top of the ladder.
West Ham for me.
West Ham.
Brentford's. It's going
to be an interesting watch.
Bournemouth, it's going to be an interesting watch. So this goes out on Tuesday, so Premier League season's coming out. Prem Predictions is coming Thursday. Live stream Saturday and Sunday for the first weekend. Cannot wait. Please like, comment, subscribe. 5 stars on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And we'll see you guys on the podcast very, very soon. Till next time.
Cheers, guys.
See you later.